All right, let's get it. Welcome to another episode of the Marsh Buice Podcast. I'm I'm your host, Marsh Buice. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about don't be a talented flake, mastering the art of selling yourself. And in his insightful book, The Education of Millionaires, everything you want to learn in college about how to be successful, everything that you won't learn in college about how to be successful, I should say, Michael Ellsberg offers an intriguing argument. He says that one of the most essential skills that can contribute to real world success is none other than sales. Hallelujah. It's the most universal skill. You could take it into anything that you want to. I did an episode many years back that if you don't know what you want to do in life, get into sales. If you're not sure, if you can't get a job, get into sales, because sales will teach you so much and equip you with so many universal skills that no matter what profession you go into, you can take it anywhere and be successful, because you have to learn to be adaptive. You got to learn to be tough. You got to learn how to communicate, be curious, be creative, be a continuous learner, be confrontational, but in a productive way. These are skills that you got to learn in sales, but these are skills also that I teach on how to practice mental toughness daily. It's those 5 skills. But I'll get off my soapbox about that. But get into sales or some form of sales. But you're in sales. Because you may be sitting there saying, well, Marsh, I'm not in sales. Selling is a life skill. Sales is a profession. We're all selling our way through life. Because you're navigating through the business of life. Sales encompasses so much more than transactions. It's all about face-to-face communication through curiosity, creativity, continuous learning and action, and productive confrontation. And it's about persuading someone to accept your product, service, or idea. That's what selling is. Getting someone to accept your product, service, or idea. And believe it or not, at the very minimum, you're the product offering a service and you're selling your idea. You've been selling your idea since you were a baby, to the boardroom, to the bedroom. From the time that you were born to being an adult now, you're selling your idea. Authors note, mastering sales is an art in itself, but being successful at selling is a distinct and unique skill altogether. So you could be skillful at something. You could be skillful at selling. But success, to Ellsberg note, that's a skill all by itself. Because just because you learn a skill doesn't mean that you'll be automatically successful. Case in point, take all the kind of people who graduate school. They've mastered a skill, yet they're not successful. They keep enrolling, going back to school because they don't know what to do. Or they're not even in their degree. They just take the first job that comes along because they're like, I don't know what to do with this thing. It's because you've learned a skill, but you haven't learned and seen success as a whole separate skill. This is what was just mind-blowing for me when I read this book. I'm like, oh my God, I never thought about that. This is what makes talented flakes. It's people that theoretically in a classroom, they can put on a clinic, but they can't convert. They can converse, but they can't convert. And so I don't want you to be like one of them, these talented flakes. And Ellsberg presents a powerful trifecta for success. You need 3 things to be successful. You need marketing, sales, and leadership. That's what he writes. To be successful, you got the skill, good. That's a skill you got to really work on. But if you want to be successful in whatever endeavor that you do, you need 3 things: marketing, sales, and leadership. Let me break those down. Marketing means that you consistently make people aware of you and your company or your business over time, not overnight. Just because you did it a week, boo-boo, doesn't mean that you're going to be successful. It's over time. It's breeding a familiarity. When you first get on the scene, like, let me give you a case in point. I got off Twitter, deleted the account, blah, blah, blah. Was gone for, I don't know, a couple years. Got back on Twitter. I had thousands of followers when I was on Twitter before. Now I get on, I got 30 followers, 31. I'm having to start all over. They don't know who I am. They have no clue. So I'm just new on the scene. And so I've got to build through repetition, through quality post. I've got to build that back up and not just be all butthurt because something's not working. Same thing on the podcast. When I started in 2017, it's like 3 people listened, a friend and me. I listened to on 2 different apps, Spotify and Apple. So that way I had 3 downloads. Boom. And over time, been banging at this since October 2017, man. Now it's top 3% podcast in the world. It's all about the marketing part of it. That's the hard part, but it's bringing that familiarity to it. So there's marketing, then there's sales. Sales means that after you've breeded familiarity, this is where you start piquing people's interest, where they're like curious. And you start building trust. And you start aligning your offerings and opening up communication. And your offerings through the communication align with their needs. That's what sales is. And then you start converting that because you've aligned through the communication, because you've piqued their curiosity and you're listening and they're familiar with you. Then you start converting those into sales. And then you need leadership. It's not set it and forget it. Leadership means that after you've converted, walk them along. When I coach clients, I don't just sign them up and say, here's a pamphlet, good luck. I got to walk them along. I got to handle their yeah buts. And the yeah buts are when I voice something or they say something to me and I challenge them and they say, yeah, but I gotta take that and I gotta help move it around. And through leadership, I transform their heart and their mind into seeing something more for themselves. That's what leadership is. It's not about control. It's about, like what my friend, author Catherine Brown says, you're a tour guide. You got to guide people along based on their needs. Let me give you an example. My wife recently opened a fitness studio. I don't know, about 6 months ago, the Purple Studio here in Lake Charles. Go by and see it. It's a private gym. Great gym. Love it. I love working out there. Anyway, she opened up this studio. And, you know, on paper and all the people that she knows, didn't seem like it's going to be a big deal. No problem. Open the doors. Come as you are. Not so easy. Because what people say they'll do, and when it comes to writing a check for the monthly dues, everybody wants a homeboy hookup, didn't convert. And so she was frustrated about that. And I told her, I said, baby, people know you, but they don't know you in this capacity. And then there are other people who don't even know you at all. And so now what you got to do is you got to bring about this familiarity. And so you got to persistently bring your brand awareness to the scene. And you got to open up people's curiosity. You got to foster communications. You got to connect. And when they're ready, you align your offerings with what they need, and they'll start converting. And when they start showing up, then you got to guide them. And you got to create a lifestyle for them versus this goal of getting in a dress for the upcoming high school reunion. It's what it is. So she's well-versed in fitness. She's got that skill down. Now it's the marketing, it's the sales, and it's the leadership. That's how you become successful. And so she's got to work in all three of those areas and work. That's a whole separate skill from being fit, from knowing the exercises. Now she's got to put those three things together. Like what is that in the Bible? A 3-strand cord or whatever it's called. You got to put those things together. That's a band. And you match all that with her skills and she'll be successful, but it's going to take time. And I think Ellsberg articulates it perfectly when he says, listen to this, if you can get people to become aware of you and convert them into customers and lead them from point A to point B, then you can accomplish anything on the planet. Dude, is that a powerful statement or what? And this applies to any industry. If you can align your product to their needs, take them on a guided tour, convert them, take them from point A to point B, you're unstoppable. No one, no economy, no recession, no competition will ever get in your way. Why? Because you're constantly converting. Because so many people think that a piece of paper or that a skill will make them successful. So deceiving. And they flame out. Yet now that you know the secret is being skillful, totally separate skill, and then mastering the art of success through marketing, sales, and leadership, nobody's going to get in your way. Because you have to understand, man, you're in the transportation business. When you're successful, you're transporting people both mentally and physically from one state of mind to another. That's why you're successful. So if you're not achieving the results that you desire, chances are, man, you're lacking in one of the three areas. 1, 2, or 3, maybe all. So you're lacking in marketing, selling, or leadership. And you just gotta break all those down and figure out, okay, am I consistent in bringing familiarity to the scene? Am I willing to do this until? That's how long it's going to take. Until is my time frame. Am I scared of rejection? So I don't want to try to convert. Am I always on the take? Versus I continue to give, align my product, my offering, listening to what can I provide for them? Can I increase their efficiencies? Can I reduce the risk? Can I maximize their ego, make them feel good? That's what people want, man. They want to look good. They want to feel good. They want to convert. They're tired of where they are. Whatever product that you sell, increase efficiencies, reduce risk, make them look good. If you can do that, you're unstoppable. I'm going to leave you with this. Success isn't something you simply are. It's something that you do. And your actions are going to carve out your path to success. Your actions, no one else's. Your actions are going to carve out the path to success. And sometimes, man, you just need more experience. You just need more marketing. You need to get better at sales. You need to go through some rejections. Stop looking for the perfect customer. Stop looking for the perfect scenario. It's a numbers game. Those who are actually in the profession of sales realize It's a numbers game, man. The more you suck, the better you'll succeed. But you got to suck first because you're cobbling all these different skills and experiences together to make it more relatable for the next customer. 200 customers from now. And it constantly changes. When you got a hot hand going, and you think it's all working, it all falls apart again. That's the beauty and the beast of sales. You got to put it all back together. You got to figure out how it relines up. And then it's leadership, man. People need a leader. They need you not just to do business with them. You got to get to the hearts and the minds. And that's an emotional toll, man. Clients I coach, man, some of them are going through some tough stuff right now. And that's heavy on my heart. I can't save them, but I can walk them through. I can show them where to look. I can offer different perspectives. And they ultimately will make up their mind and do it. And when they do it, they've earned their confidence. And this is what makes them bulletproof. This is what makes them RFA, ready for anything. This is how they become mentally tough, because it's a habit that we practice daily. What I call the MTDs, mental toughness daily. So let me recap, give you a few takeaways from this episode. Number one, understand what happened here. Well, we'll just continue on. Understand and accept that you're in sales and work on enhancing your skills. That's number one. Understand and accept that you're in sales and work on enhancing your skills. Number two, acknowledge that success is a distinct skill from mastering your craft, and dedicate equal effort to learning from it. And then number three, break down success into 3 areas where you're not totally successful at: marketing, sales, or leadership. Marketing is the familiarity. Sales is the conversion. It's aligning your product, your offering, with their needs. And leadership is taking them on that journey, moving them from point A to point B. If you can do that, to Ellsberg's note, you'll be unstoppable. Unstoppable. And so you got to challenge yourself to consistently develop in these areas. Because, see, success is a journey. It's not a destination. You're never going to get there. I hope you never get there. That's not what it's about. All right? So let's get out of here. Keep it simple. Keep it moving. Never settle. Keep selling. That's it for today's episode. Remember, take these insights with you and equip the knowledge that you've taken from this. Be ready, man. Don't be a talented flake. Look in the mirror and say, I'm real good at a certain skill, but I'm not successful. And why is that? And if you'll break these things down, let me know if I can help you. You're going to find that success. All right? Stay tuned for the next episode. Until then, keep it simple. Keep it moving. Never settle. Keep selling. Peace.